I've had all those complaints just sitting in my head, just waiting to explode. And when that guy killed me after trying to get my pelt, I lost it. I lost it. I can't stand it. But this video is not about my complaints. I already made one. Today, I'm going to show you how to make my red Harlow that I used in my gun spinning video that none of you have seen because it's only got 5 views and 3 of those are mine. But yeah, so first, we're going to start with the hat. Now, everybody I see who makes a red Harlow outfit uses the grizzly hat, which is not bad. My problem is the crown. Look at that fucking thing. Like, okay, so if you look at red Harlow's hat, yes, it is a darkish brown with metal studs on the band. Yes, there's a hat in single player that is literally his hat. It's called the Worn Gambler's hat. Perfect. It's got the perfect brim size. It's got the perfect crown. It's got cuts in the brim. It's got metal stuff on the band. Perfect. This looks absolutely nothing like red Harlow's hat. And I'll tell you why. Number 1, the brim is slanted. Number 2, the crown is triangular shaped. His is supposed to be flat, kind of like John's hat. There's no cuts, no scratches, no dinks in his hat brim. Like I said before, it's tilted. It's not supposed to be. The only thing that this has even close to red Harlow's hat is the fact that it's got beads in the band, which the band is even wrong because it's supposed to be a darkish brown. It's supposed to be darker and not as colorful as the hat itself. And yeah, but if they just cut down the crown just a little bit and flattened it out like John's hat, change the color of the band and put some scratches in the hat, perfect. It would literally be his hat, but it's not. So we're gonna move on. I see some people use some of these hats. This one, I feel, out of all of the hats, is the closest, because if you're going for the in-game model, it's wider. It's more like a sombrero, and you know it has metal beads on it, but it doesn't look right. And some people use the black. If you're going to use it, use this color. And the brim is rounded on the top, like it was, you know, like a sombrero. So people use this hat. This hat I don't even understand. I understand it's got the, you know, shit on the brim. You know, it's a dark brown. It's got a flattened crown. The brim, though, that's what destroys me. You know, even the necktie could work, you know, but it just doesn't, you know, the hat string would work if the hat didn't look like this. Now, this is a great hat. I love this hat. I love the Garwood outfit. It's basically red Harlow, but the hat, too fancy. It's too fancy for red Harlow. Red Harlow's supposed to be a dirty, rugged gunslinger. He's supposed to be kind of like a trapper character. If you look at the stuff he has, he's supposed to, you know, he has like he has that animal hide poncho, which I'll get to. He has the sheepskin vest, which I'll get to, and all that stuff, right? Okay. This hat I've seen some people use. I legitimately don't understand it at all. Like, it's just completely wrong. It looks more like Sheriff Freeman's hat, to be honest with you. I've seen some people use this hat. This hat, I fucking no idea. This hat I could excuse a little bit because it kind of mixes. Like, if you use this color, I guess it would work, but it has a rounded crown like in game. It looks kind of like the in-game one, but it's too big and too fancy. I've seen some people use this hat. This hat could work if you get it in this color. I just wish that it wasn't made out of beaver felt or leather, because it just doesn't, you know. His hat's supposed to be like clothy. I've seen some people use this hat. Again, this is the same argument. No cuts, no dinks in the brim. The metal bits don't look right, and the crown is too triangular, so it doesn't look like it is. But if you like these hats, fuck it. I mean, it's your outfit. You know. This hat could work, except that, again, it doesn't have the dinks in the brim, and there's no metal bits. This hat, I've seen some people use this hat. Hat's not actually that bad. If you use this one, it kind of it looks a lot like his in-game one. So if you're going for that, that's fine, but I'm not, so. But I feel like the best hat, I've seen some people use the drifter hat as well. I guess I use the stalker hat. And it's either this color or this color. I stick with this color because I just like it better. It has everything I'm looking for. It has a flattened brim. It has a flattened crown. I mean, it has, you know, it's old and dusty. It doesn't have the dinks in it, but I don't think any hat has any cuts in the. But it just looks a lot more like his hat. I'm going off the RDR1 multiplayer thing. No eyewear, no mask. If you're going for a poncho-less look, I'd go with the pattern bandana in a blue, or not blue, yellow, because that's a yellow. Neckwear, don't even touch it. Coats, if you're going for coats, I will show you the perfect red Harlow coat. It is perfect. I mean, it might literally be his coat that they used on the box for the game, the Hagen coat, because it you know, it just goes. But yeah, ponchos. There's a few options. Charapusa, chaput. I don't speak Spanish. I don't know how to pronounce that. If somebody knows how to pronounce that, please put in the comments. Because I don't want to be wrong. You know, I want to speak. You know, I want to talk good. I don't want to look like an idiot on the internet, even though I probably looked like one in my past video. The Fuentes poncho. This one I'll get to in a second. The Manstilla poncho. Now, this one is what I use for the outfit I call the Legend. It's what I think people think Red Harlow looks like. I'll show you that one in a second. This one's good because it has white fringe, so it kind of goes with the color scheme. This one could work. You could go with a like this poncho as well, a Torres. It's pretty good. I don't understand why you go with this one or this one. This one could work if you had a bandolier, I guess. Vest. This is where it gets weird, okay? Morales vest. This one I used for the Legend because it's a bit more fancy. It's leathery instead of clothy. But to really get that look, you want the sheepskin vest in blue. It really does work. Shirts. Pittman shirt. I think most people were around for the first Outlaw Pass. If you weren't, this was free, as you can tell because I have it. Some people just wear this shirt straight up, which I understand because it has the belt, the giant buckle in the middle. But yeah, so this shirt with the sheepskin vest I feel like is perfect. If they just let that little bit under the belt go under your vest like I've seen in some pictures, perfect. But I don't know how you would do that. It works on some vests. I've seen it work on some vests, but yeah, this shirt, because it looks like a coat. If you don't have that, there's a couple options that could work. This color, or this, or no, not that. You know, get it like a black version of that. Get the work shirt in blue. I think a really good option is this color or this color of the wool shirt. This color I would rather pick other than this one because this one's a lighter blue than the actually is. Like this makes it look like it's a part of a single piece. No, gauntlets. We'll get to gauntlets when I get to the Legend that I made. Gloves. There's a lot of gloves. You can go with no gloves if you really want to because he only has bandages on his right hand, and you can't really do that. I wish you could, but you can't. I use hand wraps because I want to be able to wear this in hot weather. I don't want my cores to be draining all the time in case a player comes over and shoots me. So I use the hand wraps. You can use the Minstead gloves, which cost, I think, a lot of gold. So I wouldn't... This one is only if you really want to get that look. Like this really nails it. But another option that's cheaper is the Rifleman gloves in red. I've seen a guy on YouTube with these gloves. They work very well. His name's Legends and Killers. Subscribe to my homie Legends and Killers. No rings. Red Harlow's very subdued. Buckles. This could be whatever you want. He has a normal buckle, but if you want a fancy buckle, go right ahead. If you have this buckle, use the 6-shooter buckle. This one really fits the Red Harlow motif, especially how you get it fits it. You can go with no offhand holster. When I go with offhand holsters, because I like dual wielding, I use the Goodman holster. and the Goodman belt, but some belts that you could use is like the Bulger gun belt, the Deadboot, the Bandit, the Horseman even, or the Gunslinger, but I use the Goodman because it fits. The Bandolier I use, basically you use any single bandolier. Don't use double ones, because he doesn't use double ones. You can use any in like a brown. And I use the Tanguma bandolier because it kind of fits the whole motif. When you do this, you want the bandolier to go to the right. It's very important that it goes to the right because that's how he goes. Pants. I have always struggled with the pants all the time. I used to use the McCrum pants in these two colors. I used to alternate between them because they look like the Red Dead 1 pants. You know, they don't go way too far down, but they do sit kind of heavily on the boot. Perfect. Red Dead 1 styled pants. You could use Tide pants, which are available now. You could use Caveira pants in a brown. He wears like a darkish black-brown pants, which is why I use black Bandito pants. I used to use blue because it matched the vest, but it doesn't look good. So you use black Bandito pants, gray, brown, or just brown, like light brown with dirt on the bottom, or just straight up dark brown, like my boy Legends and Killers. Studded pants, this color, or this color. So that's the pants. Go to boots, no chaps, boots. Easy. Worn Roper's boots, brown. Easy, simple. Spurs. I go with Vaquero Baroque spurs because if you look at his model on the PS1, this is a mixture. Mostly the Red Dead 1 model, but these spurs I feel like really fit. If you look at his model, his spurs go out a little far, not like directly on his boot. They're like extended out a little bit. So the Baroque spurs fit, but if you don't feel like being too fancy, Vaquero spurs, or just use the Gurdon spurs or the Western Rider spurs in a brown color. Then we go to the Legend. This one is what I think people want Red Harlow to look like. I don't wear this one that much because it's very try-hardy, and I don't try to do that. If you're trying to make him look fancy, Grizzly's hat fits. If you really want to use that hat, I would never. Garwood hat in this reddish brown. No eyewear, no mask, no bandanas, no neckwear, no coats. Ponchos. This is where the Manstilla poncho comes in. It's very fancy. Shit. We were just past poncho. Vest. Morales vest. Very fancy, very poppy, you know. Looks a lot more like if John Marston was Red Harlow. He's not, but if he was, that's probably what he would have. Work shirt, or the everyday shirt in this color. I'm actually going to equip that now. Yep, there you go. Gauntlets. Bindweed gauntlets, or if you're trying to go for a fur coat look, Tinnery gauntlets in like this color, because it matches the vest. Gloves. I use the Minstead gloves on this one. No rings, no belts, no buckles. Viper buckle. Or any free buckle you can get. Weapon equipment. Bandoliers. I use this one because I don't feel like spending money. That color. I used the sharpshooter gun belt in the blackish brown. And then I just had a matching offhand holster. Boots. Steel-toed Plaint Relentless boots with black Vaquero Baroque spurs. Oh, and I forgot to mention dark brown Bandito pants. Yes, that's Red Harlow. That's both of my Red Harlow outfits. You tell me in the comments which ones you like better. I feel like you guys would like the Legends more than this one, because that's usually how people dress in GTA or Red Dead Online. It's very fancy, which is not my style, but it's whatever. So these are my two outfits. Yeah. Have a wonderful day.